Welcome to part 18 of Free Will Summer, where today we're going to be watching Evil Dead 2. I'm expecting to like this a lot more than the first movie because it seems to have a budget. No, but for real, I think I'm going to like this a lot more because my biggest issue with the first Evil Dead is that it was made with $3 and a prayer. It's a sequel, so it has more money behind it. I think it's going to be a lot wackier and goofier and funnier. So let's hit play on Evil Dead 2. Well, that might have been one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen, but I mean that in the best way possible.
Oh my god. I get it.
So yeah, with Evil Dead 2, I finally get the hype. This movie is wacky and ridiculous, and I think it proved my theory right that the first movie just needed a budget. Because in a lot of ways, this is kind of just a rehash of the first movie, but everything is cranked up all the way. Since it's a movie from '87, I think it's safe to spoil. But just in case if you haven't seen it, spoiler warning. Okay, that's the best ending to a movie I've ever seen. What do you mean Ash gets sent back to the medieval ages and he has to fight Deadites? What? And it absolutely works because it fits in with the rules of the world that they set up. And you fully buy into it, and now I can't wait until I'm done reviewing this, because I just want to watch Army of Darkness now. Ash is awesome in this movie. You know, the moment when he puts the chainsaw on his hand and he says, "groovy," I clapped. He's very cool, and I'm expecting him to be having more awesome moments like that in Army of Darkness. The creature designs where almost anything and everything in this house is alive and trying to kill you is awesome. Logic doesn't work in this. Everything is alive and, like, survives death. And I think you have to rip things into atoms to truly kill them in this house. It's just a really fun movie where everything is wacky and doesn't make a lot of sense. It's just a really fun, nonsensical time, and the best way I can describe it is like live-action Looney Tunes. I think this is a really fun franchise that I will keep coming back to for as many movies as they make. Speaking of which, I now have to go watch Army of Darkness, as well as Evil Dead 2013 and Evil Dead Rise. And then I'm going to be seeing Evil Dead Burn in theaters so you can get my reaction of that. If I can commence with that, let's get into the ranking. Fast, awake, shockingly. The Lazarus Effect. It Chapter 2, The Evil Dead Hoppers, Mothman Prophecies, 13 Ghosts, Ready or Not 2, Evil Dead 2, Child's Play, which I moved up, Saw 3, They Will Kill You, It Chapter 1, Saw 2, Saw X, Ballerina, How to Make a Killing, and Hereditary. This movie is so much better than the first. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot more stupid fun to have. See you in the Army of Darkness review. A little something I'm remembering in post. I've actually already started Army of Darkness. Something I actually really didn't like about this movie, I'm noticing it again in Army of Darkness, that it completely retcons the last movie. And it's less bad in Army of Darkness, but in Evil Dead 2, it's like the first movie never happened. It might as well not be canon, so there was no point in me watching that. It wasn't just a stupid decision, because there was a real-world legal reason that they couldn't use footage from the first movie in the second. But it just makes up, like, basically a reboot of the first movie, which just makes it so pointless, and I feel like I wasted my time watching it. So to any new viewers of this franchise, basically, skip the first one. Alright, that's it. I gotta resume Army of Darkness. I'm really liking it so far. Bye.